Hey guys, it's Ryan from the Mavericks. This is podcast episode number 7, and today we're talking about delegation. Here are the 7 points that I wanted to cover about delegation. Number 1, there are 2 types of tasks that you're always working on. Revenue tasks and maintenance tasks, and you need to prioritize one of them. Number 2, employees can do their job better than you can do their job. Number 3, there are tasks that only you can do, and there are tasks that they can do. Number 4, T-bar reviews to make sure that everyone is going in the same direction. Number 5, the benefits of delegation. Number 6, ultimately understanding your real purpose or your real priority when trying to scale. And number 7, practicing stepping away. Let's go through each of these 7 points. So number 1, there are 2 types of tasks that you are always working on. You are working on revenue generating tasks. So that includes anything that increases sales and decreases costs. And you're working on maintenance tasks. Anything to make sure that your well-oiled machine is still running. So this includes quality, hospitality, legal, admin, accounting, things like that. The more time that you can spend working on the revenue generating tasks and the more of the maintenance tasks that you can delegate to other people, the more money you can bring in for the business. That's the biggest reason for delegation. Number 2, employees can actually do their jobs better than you can do their jobs. We have to get rid of this idea that employees don't think like owners. It is absolutely true that employees don't think like owners, but that's not a negative thing. Employees are just driven by different motivation. Owners want reward for their risk. Employees want compensation for the work they render. Right? Simple as that. But that actually spells a big difference in the way we act. We will tend to do things that an employee would never do. We would do everything from, doing odd jobs here and there, paying the bills, doing the marketing, cleaning the toilets, all that kind of stuff for no pay. But an employee, we can't ask that of an employee because that's not what the agreement is. An employee is looking for 2 things, stability and fulfillment. So whereas we want reward for our risk, employees want stability and fulfillment. So what does this mean? If you can pay them enough so they don't have to worry about income, then you've given them stability. And if you've given them a job that they actually like inherently, that is attuned with their passions, with their gifts, with their talents, and their experience, then you've given them fulfillment. To give someone fulfillment and stability, you will get the best work out of them. Trust me when I say, most employees hate their jobs because they're mismanaged. They're mismatched. They're doing jobs that they are not meant for. They're getting paid what is not worth their time. And so they're not giving their best. But the second they do find a job that pays them enough that they don't have to worry about their income, and that employs them in a way that uses their gifts and their talents, their skills and their experience, they won't want to go to any other job. And therefore they will do everything they can to do the best work they can do at that job so that they can keep that job, continue to be fulfilled, and continue to have that stable income. So, employees can do their jobs better than you can, provided that you give them stability and fulfillment. And so let's get rid of that idea that employees don't think like owners. They may not think like owners, but they can definitely do a better job than the owners, provided that you give them those 2 things. Number 3, there are tasks that only you can do, and there are tasks that others can do. The only task that you can do that no one else can do are your vision tasks. So imagine you're on a ship, you have to get to a certain destination. The direction that you take to get there, the destination that you ultimately arrive at, and the way that you bypass all the different storms, those are all up to you. Those are vision tasks. But everything that happens on the ship to make sure the ship is still running smoothly, that can be delegated. So really, you can delegate everything and just stick with the vision. So for an example, we're opening a speakeasy, right? And we are building this business from the ground up to operate without the 3 owners being personally involved in the business. We're trying to figure out what are the different management or what are the different team members that are needed, or who are the different team members that are needed in order to make sure the place will run smoothly without us being there. You can build a business like that because really the only job that we need to do is hire, manage, fire, and promote, expand, seek financing, taking care of the marketing, and making sure that everything is being delivered according to the standards we want for our customers. That's all vision stuff. But the actual making of the cocktails, seating the clients, making sure the space is clean, or cleaning the space. Making sure the space is clean is our job, but cleaning the space, that can be delegated to someone else. So there are tasks that only you can do, and there are tasks that others can do. You should delegate as many of those tasks as you can. Number 4, T-bar reviews. Now just imagine there's a massive weight. It would be very difficult to pull this weight forward if everybody's pulling this weight in different directions, and some of them are pulling it backwards. To get the weight to pull forward as fast as possible, you need to pull it all in the same direction. And that's the purpose of the T-bar reviews. It's to make sure that everyone is in alignment. So there are 3 questions that you're going to ask your employee, and there are 3 questions that you're going to ask yourself. Number 1, what does the employee think the vision of the business is? And the counter question is, what is the vision of the business? Number 2, what does the employee think their job is? And the counter question is, what is their job? And number 3, how do they think they're doing at their job? And how do you think they're doing at their job? Compare those 2 answers, have a discussion, and you will make sure that everyone is in alignment. Number 5, the benefits of delegating are that you can focus in on the revenue generating tasks, the vision tasks, and you can focus. It is very difficult to do your best work possible when you're thinking of 50 things at the same time. But if all 50 things are being delegated to someone else to manage, you can focus in on the one thing that is necessary at that time. So as an example, say for example you want to go and do a financial presentation to get financing for your business. If in the back of your mind you're thinking about having to fire somebody, or having to issue those legal documents, or having to finish those tax filings, or anything like that, if you're thinking about all those things at the same time, it's going to impact your way that you deliver the presentation. You don't want that. You want to be as focused as possible. Delegating gives you that ability. Number 6, ultimately you have to understand that if you want to grow in business, you want to grow in your career, or you want to grow in your investments, you need to learn how to manage people. You can't do everything yourself. So for example, in business, if you do everything yourself, your output will be throttled by your ability to execute tasks every hour on the hour. But if you have a team, if you say, for example, a team of 10 people, they can do 10 times more work than you can by yourself. They can do 10 times more quality work than you can do by yourself. So that's in business. In terms of careers, if you do a certain task and you're doing it by yourself, you can only output so much. And the same thing with business applies to careers. But if you have 10 people underneath you that are executing those tasks, you can do it 10 times faster, or you can do 10 times more, or you can do 10 times more quality. So in careers, it's also about, to go up, it's also about managing people. And then number 3, like when it comes to investments, you can go, like for example, investment homes, you can go and fix the whole house yourself if you want. Or if you have contractors that you can depend on that will fix the house, then you can work on acquiring a second house and acquiring a third house while your contractors are working on all the houses, right? So the more you can delegate, the more you'll be able to focus in on the tasks you're supposed to do, and the more you'll be able to get more done because you're able to manage a bigger team. And number 7, you want to practice stepping away. Your business, your career, and your investments are a composite of systems. How well do your systems work when you're not there? You'll only determine that when you step away. So physically step away and observe. Step away for a weekend, step away for a week, step away for a month, and see what are all the gaps in the system that you need to fill up. So that when you do fill it up, and you need to take that week off, or that weekend, or that month off, you'll be able to confidently do so because you know your business is running smoothly without you. So these are all the benefits, these are all the points I wanted to cover with delegation. So number 1, there are 2 types of tasks that you're working on: revenue and maintenance. You want to focus in on revenue so you can make more money for the business. Number 2, employees can do their jobs better than you can do their jobs, provided that you give them fulfillment and stability. Number 3, there are only tasks that you can do, and there are tasks that they can do. The tasks that only you can do are vision tasks. Everything else can be delegated. Number 4, you want to make sure everyone's pulling in the same direction. You can do that with a T-bar review. Number 5, the benefits of delegating are that you can focus on the revenue generating tasks, you can focus on the vision tasks, and you can actually focus. That's the big thing. You can actually focus. Number 6, ultimately, the main goal when trying to grow is to be able to learn how to manage people, how to recruit, how to hire, how to manage, how to promote, how to fire. If you can't do this, you can't grow. Because with the bigger the team, the more you can put out, the faster you can put it out at, and the more quality you can put it out at. So you need to learn how to manage people. And ultimately, that's what delegating leads you to. And number 7, you can practice stepping away. Remember, whatever you're working on, your projects are a composite of systems. You want to make sure that your systems are working when you're not there. How do you do that? By stepping away and seeing how everything works. And finally, when you can go on vacation, and one day that will happen, you'll be able to go and confidently spend time on the beach and not worry about the business because you know it is running by itself peacefully. So this is Ryan from the Mavericks. Thank you for joining me. Today's topic was on delegation. Now remember, before you go, you cannot be rich in your pocket until you're rich in your mind. And for that reason, I have a template that I wrote in a PDF about the different mindset factors you need to have in mind in order to make sure that you do phenomenally well in business. It is the mindset factors I used to actually create a business that cash flowed during COVID. And the system that I'm using too to build up my bar, the Speakeasy. If you want that document, it's free. It's absolutely free. You have nothing to lose. It's 2 pages, very easy to read, but it's a great reference point. You can go to my website, mavericks.goldwynandsons.com. Send me your email, and I'll send you the document. mavericks.goldwynandsons.com, and I'll send you that document. Take care.